against our boy Zone, one of our best Korean mains, best one I've seen at Meltdown really. Is he going to go Korean? He is. Both players opting to pick their mains. This is also a loser's caller match. The winner of this will go on to play against DX17. Y'all love saying it in a bit of an American accent, but y'all love Aperture, don't you guys? This is indeed Sonic country, but fair enough. He's a cool guy. Alright, let's see what these guys can do to each other. Zone just dropping him with a neutral air, but Aperture responding with power shield right away. Up throw from Aperture. Doesn't get anything off of it. No punishes were had that day. Zone with the side B. Up tilt, I think it was. Throwing out his projectiles, trying to get the stun, but he doesn't quite get that. Aperture just being a bit sly, running away, going into his up B and getting a bit of chip damage off of the spring. Zone trying to zone a bit at the top of the platform there against Aperture, but his zoning didn't quite work out just there. Both players now kind of zoning each other a bit. They were in neutral with Zone at the left-hand side on the ledge, but, well, honestly, Aperture's looking to be controlling the stage right now. Back throw, it's not going to kill, but he gives him the advantage, he gives him the stage control. Again, we're going to see the back throw. Sonic, he DGAF, he don't give a fuck. He's just going to keep throwing you off. Up air doesn't get punished, maybe it can't be punished to be honest. If any of you more knowledgeable Sonic fans, Sonic mains can tell me, please do. Zone taking his time, living up to his name at the moment, but he has got a good 40% or so to make up right now. Aperture just constantly cancelling into a shield, methodically and carefully approaching the Korin. Goes for the F smash during Zone's recovery. Perhaps that's something he can in fact land. I have seen him land it against Cloud earlier, so perhaps that can be a thing that's done also to Korin. Zone not really putting much pressure on Aperture Sonic as Aperture Sonic was on the ledge. Both players just, really quite fast, but Aperture seemingly with a speed and stage advantage right now. It is hard, really indeed quite hard to keep up with a character like this. Up smash, lots of shield damage, but nothing else. Can he get anything else out of that? I don't think so, because really Aperture is quite an experienced player. He knows to throw out a bit more attacks and be a bit more elusive if in fact he can't get, if in fact he can't use his shield so often. Aperture trying to back air Korin off the stage. He didn't get that, but then he followed up and did finish the stock off. This is now a stock advantage to Aperture and his Sonic. Korin opting for a back air, applying the stage pressure. He knows he needs to pull something off right now. Scuffles to land, just barely. Get off of those platforms, boy. Both players reset to neutral. Aperture comes on in, gets the grab, jabs, dashes in, up to air. Zone retaliating with the nair. And we see the F smash, I believe it was, down tilted, tilted downwards, I think also, which clutches out the stock against Sonic. Although this is now 90% behind for Zone. What are you going to do to bring it back, boy? I'm not sure what you can do, to be honest, because the frame data is not on your side. You do have a lot of range, but you're not really controlling the stage very well. So I guess that's a good place to start. Try and keep Sonic out a bit more. Control the center of the stage. Don't let Aperture rule the middle. Don't let him rule it for free. Zone just carefully hopping around Aperture, trying to pick the right moment to go in a bit. Aperture still at 0%. Is he going to JV2 stock Zone, Aperture's Zone right now? Or can Zone slowly but surely claw it back? This is currently a one-game advantage, I believe, for Aperture. Just going to update the on-screen information for you guys. Zone is at kill percent, absolutely. He's also at max range though, and he has killed me at max range actually last week at like 60, maybe at 80%. So with Sonic being a middleweight, I'm guessing Sonic's going to die around 65% or so at rage against Korin. Although, just as I say that, you know, that's it. That's it. Aperture takes that game. Let me just verify the scores. Guys, was that first or second? That was first game. That was first game actually, my bad. So, first game goes to Aperture. What stage is Zone gonna pick now? He opts for Smashville. Interesting pick. Perhaps he can use his up B more selectively, switching between the platform and the edge of the stage, since I know that Zone does seemingly want to F-smash Korin as and when he up Bs to the ledge. If any of you guys can confirm if that lands though, that would be great, because I didn't see it land first game. I did, however, see Aperture going for it. Zone with a pin, getting the initial bit of 25% damage. Aperture pushing Zone off stage. Zone just barely making it back after the spring smacks off of him. He runs out of the way, just barely. He's just running away from Sonic right now. Sonic just pressing on, controlling the stage. Again, he does not seem to GGAF. He does not seem to give a fuck. Excuse my language. Neutral air. Short hop, neutral air, down tilt. Both players reset to neutral. Zone did take a fair bit of damage though, execute a fair bit of damage against Aperture. He makes it back to stage. Up throw, up air, I think it was. Zone with a back air himself. Both players again back in neutral. And they carefully fish for what they can do to each other. Neutral air doesn't convert to anything. He didn't make the right read, fair enough though. He didn't take any damage for that. Zone though, he's on the platform and you can almost, it's almost as if it's a bad position for him because Zone can just move in so quick. Okay, he's on the stage, but he's off stage. Up B, up air. Zone just barely air dodges in time. Up air. Zone grabbing the ledge, but Aperture's got the stage control right now. Okay, the pin does not connect. Zone, you have got to pull something off right now because Aperture is just pushing you to the brink. Okay, he's pushing Aperture off stage. Can he make something happen? No, the roles have reversed. Pummel into a throw does not kill, not at this percent. Pins, this is very dangerous. I think Zone is just used to watching out for the pins and carefully waiting them out. Aperture seizing the first stock. He seemingly is outplaying Zone right now. I'm not sure even if Zone can kill at this percent with a throw. I mean, he didn't back throw and he was right at the left side of ledge, so it looks like back throw certainly wouldn't have done it according to the Korin main. Zone trying to land, he's at 0% and he lands and he resets the stocks. It's one stock each, 0% each. He was able to hang on there and somehow just get the kill before Sonic plays his zone game, zone out, zone in game. Up air. Punish out of nowhere. Back guard. Can't do it, JR boys, not tonight. Neutral air from Zone. I'm loving his neutral airs. He's landed quite a few throughout the tournament today. That range really does help. Nice little down air, just chipping away at Sonic. Although, this is still a very close game for both players. No, guys, this is actually 1 to Aperture, 0 to Zone right now. Please ignore the scores. I'm just fixing them for you. Sonic doesn't get any ledge guards, but doesn't take any damage either. Both players in neutral. Zone with a surprise down air. Fair enough if it's going to work. Back air, just as he lands. Sonic off stage. Forward smash to the right. It does not connect, and Sonic punishes Zone for being so reckless with his YOLO read. Zone tunneling, down throw. Goes for the up air, doesn't quite clip Zone. Although this is a dangerous percent for Sonic being at 100%. Sonic can take a few hits, but not too many more. And I'm not sure if he can take any if he's on the platform. Really. Sonic pushing Zone up into the air with the up air, springing to up air, to down air. Spring again. Doesn't quite hit Zone. Has Zone adapted to the spring shenanigans? He bounces off the spring himself. He does not get hit by it, but he bounces up into the air. Was not punished though. Sonic just carefully and meticulously guarding the stage, waiting for his moment. He gets clipped by the pin though. That's it. That's now 1-1. I can't help but get hyped when the games go close like this, guys. Especially when it's with two formidable opponents such as Zone and Aperture. I don't mind who wins, but this is entertaining. I'm enjoying this. This is, I think, the best Corrin I have seen in the UK. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm enjoying what he's doing. And of course, this is one of the best Sonics in the UK, although it's debatable who's best, especially when you've got Ixis on the scene, who is internationally famous as being cream of the crop Sonic within Europe, let alone UK. Despite that though, we cannot overlook Aperture's performance today. He's putting in work. However, he has just dropped the game to Zone. Is Zone gonna keep momentum in his favor, or is Aperture gonna bring this back a bit? Again, this is losers. This is losers quarters. So this should be a best of 3. Right. Sonic with the spring gets away. No punish at all on him. You can't really punish that. Spring does not clip Corrin though. Corrin with the stage guarding. Nicely grabbed Sonic out of his up B. Before Sonic could really do anything. Sonic with center stage. He up airs Corrin. Corrin with the pin. But again, Aperture not falling for the pin shenanigans. He's not getting hit by pin today. Nice little F smash from Aperture against Zone. He's just been reading or punishing the up Bs from Zone, or at least throwing out the F smash punishes in anticipation. He is not going to let Zone up B for free at all. Alright, back air from Corrin, does not connect. Pin shenanigans, well, he gets the first part. That's something. Zone, you're in trouble here, boy. You gotta pull something up right now. You're on the edge of the stage. Sonic always seems to be controlling center stage. This is great stuff from Aperture. Despite losing the last game, you would not think that, despite when you think of how he's played in all 3 games. Corrin now, Zone with the center stage. Although his frame data isn't quite as fast, so he's going to have to pick his hit where and when he throws out his hitboxes very carefully. Sonic rushing in, just waiting for the right moment. He runs off stage into a border. Spring does not connect on Corrin. That could have been bad for our boy Corrin for Fire Emblem. Up air from Corrin. You've got to make some careful reads if you main a character like that. You cannot just throw out a flurry of attacks. Sonic, he's in the air, makes it back into neutral. It's a bit of a scuffle. Sonic, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, Sonic? You are at death percent, but you got a stock to spare. And Corrin is slipping behind, slowly but surely. Pin shenanigans, they worked out. Finally, okay. What are you going to do to finish this stock? What are you going to do, Zone? Okay, you went for something, but it didn't work out. My friend, this is not looking good. The weapon triangle does not look to be in your favor against the spinning blue ball. I guess Spear loses against blue ball, I don't know. Zone is just trying his best here. He's throwing out quite a few pins though, and most of them aren't working out. I would like to see him be a bit more careful. There we go! We saw the counter! You back in this, Zone, you're back in this. You are at a deficit, but you can make it happen with your rage nonsense, just like you did to me last week. Aperture is, however, outplaying you though. How much can you outplay Zone's Corrin right now in this last game, Aperture? You are going to have to pull this off confidently, because if you let Zone pull off something rage related, if you take a bit more damage, well actually, my bad. Yeah, okay. If you let Zone use some rage nonsense on you later on, it's not going to be good for you, my friend. And just as I say that, both players are around the 50% mark, to be honest. Zone keeping Sonic out, but his slow frame data betrays him, and Sonic gets in yet again. Zone grabbing Sonic, not allowing him to play neutral for free. Back throwing, neutral air. Sonic with the down air, getting back to the ledge, making it back to center stage. Zone pushing on. This is only a 10% difference right now. Pummel into up air! Up air! He up aired Korin after the air dodge read. That was sick. That was sick. Zone does air dodge quite a bit at higher percents, I noticed. I haven't really punished him for it much, but I have noticed at the higher percents, he lets his trigger finger get the better of him.